Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trash Movie Kings podcast. I am your host, Adam Edwards, joined with some friends, a bunch of creative types from around Houston, around the country, where we try to recreate the feeling that you get when you leave a midnight movie of Labyrinth after having 6 very dirty, very heavy martinis at the Weird Swingers Lounge next door, and you just kind of stand around outside under the marquee, kind of boozily reminiscing about what the hell you just saw. Now, Labyrinth, to be clear, not a trash movie. The movies that we watch in this podcast, absolute garbage. Trash. This is a podcast where various creative types all pile onto a Zoom meeting and watch some of the worst movies in history, looking for the diamonds in the rough. I'm talking movies you've never heard of, I've never heard of, movies that exist on YouTube. Not that they're in the public domain, it's just nobody gives a shit. They're just up on YouTube. That's how bad these movies are. These are trash treasures. This is the kind of crap that makes you question your taste, your reality, your life choices, and then we do all the heavy lifting and we let you know if they're maybe worth your time. Granted, we're in various states of sobriety when we do this, so maybe take it with a grain of salt, but also that's probably the best way to watch these movies. So yeah. Oh, one note. When you hear this sound, that means that you are hearing a clip from the movie session that we recorded prior to the episode of the podcast. And then when you hear this sound, that means we're back to the podcast. Now, if you watch on YouTube, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Which reminds me, we do have a YouTube channel where you can watch all of these for free. It has a video element, so you can see our faces, you can see the editing that's been done, and you can actually see the clips of the movies rather than just hear the audio of it. So yeah, that's about it. And sorry, Apocalypse Howl wanted me to let you know, he wants you to be warned that he has jokes that, you know, are worth warning about. So you've been warned about Mr. Howell's jokes that deserve warning. Cool. All right. Well, that's all I got for you. So enjoy the show.
Hey, Justin. I went to the doctor today to get antibody test to see if I had the antibodies for COVID-19. And he comes back in and he was like, no, you don't have the antibodies for COVID-19, but you do have the antibodies for 5G. Okay, it fell flat there.
What do you have for me this time? Hacking into the stock market, closing down a bank, fixing an election. It's all easy.
Right on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Trash Movie Kings podcast. I'm your host, Adam Edwards, joined with Joey Graham. Hey, Joey.
Hey.
Apocalypse Howl. How's it going?
Hey.
And Justin Petty. What's up, JP?
Hey, guys.
All right, so tonight we're capping off NEILvember a little bit late with Twisted Pair, his most recent film. Part of the reason we watch this is because we are hoping to get an interview with one of the cast members in this movie, and so we're gonna figure out what that looks like. But that's exciting and coming soon. So I guess to get started off, Apocalypse and JP, do you guys want to kind of take a whack at explaining what we just watched?
Sure. So pretty much you had Neil Breen playing Cade and Kale, twin brothers who at birth were chosen by AI.
Not just Neil Breen. There were 4 other actors that played them as children.
This is correct. So they're chosen by AI as children. Kale lost.
Why did he lose the powers?
He lost favor with the AI because he didn't want to go the direction AI went. So Cade, right? Cade was the good one.
Well, it depends how you look at it. Cade is the good one in this story. Yes.
Okay, so Cade continued the work of AI, which was to stop this biochemical terrorist from destroying the world or whatever he was going to do. He had a dastardly plan, and Cade was trying to stop him with his powers. He's got some powers, and Cade had a love interest, which I guess was his wife, and this is the part I don't understand, Justin. She turns on him and sells him out and says that, well, you were never going to join us. So I guess there's two different AI.
No, she doesn't. She's paying someone to follow him because she thinks he's cheating on her.
You think that's all that was?
Yeah, absolutely.
So then why'd they shoot each other at the end?
Because she still thought he was cheating on her.
No, you don't.
And he didn't
murder
know
someone
why.
that cheats on you. That's dumb.
A lot of people do that, though. You shouldn't, but people do.
Just for a second. Neil also shot her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't know why she's trying to shoot him.
So you don't think that there's two different factions of AI?
No, I think that Neil was a like CIA kind of secret operative with an agency, and she also worked at that agency. The fact that they worked together had nothing to do with.
She says at the end, you were never going to join us.
I don't know what that has to do with, but she thinks he cheated on her.
I think what's going on is Kale AI unchose Kale because he did not want to escape thinking like a human. He wants revenge and vengeance, blah blah blah. He wants basic human stuff, and
drugs.
I think
He also wants drugs.
He also wants drugs. Well, I think the drugs were the fact he was
He
trying
wants a
to
lot
cope
of
with
drugs.
the fact that he gave
He
up.
wants two for him and two for her. And
So
then
there
two
was
more for
there's a duality between them where Cade is willing to accept the righteousness of the future AI, and Kale disagrees with it and wants to maintain his humanity. Is that what you guys?
Yes.
No, he does not want to maintain his humanity, or else he wouldn't be doing drugs because he feels
Humans love drugs. Love them.
Yeah, I would argue that doing drugs is a pretty human
But he's
thing.
doing the drugs.
You
to
can tell
mask the
because
fact that he's
humans are the
mad.
only creature on the planet that do drugs.
I wouldn't
that's not
totally
true.
agree with
No
that.
ape theory.
Yeah, apes will smash their heads against rocks or trees or whatever to get a little
Cats
bit of
love
a high.
catnip.
Cats
Catnip.
love catnip. Yeah,
And
like
then how many
things like to
wild
get high.
animals eat Amanita muscarius mushrooms?
Okay, that's fair. All animals love getting high. Because getting high is tight.
I wouldn't say all animals. Dogs are always high. I don't know if dogs like to get high.
Dogs. My dog.
Oh, you know what? They really like Freon.
What?
What?
Yeah,
But
dogs
that's not
will-
because it
dogs
gets them
will
high,
eat
it's because it
Freon until
tastes
they're
sweet.
dead. Yeah, but
It
they
tastes like
probably
candy
get
to
pretty
them.
high.
Yeah, but no dog knows because every dog that takes it is dead. How are they going to tell the other dogs?
Okay,
In
fair.
heaven.
Dogs don't like to get high. We've
All
decided.
dogs go to heaven.
Okay,
Oliver doesn't like being high.
so
Anyways, so
Kale
I
and
think,
Cade. What are the big differences between them?
well, Kale
Sorry.
wanted to
Every time you say
stay-
kale, I just think of fucking kale, like with a K.
like smoothies. So
keep going.
Kale wanted to just be human in his thought process. So AI unchose him. He was not worthy. Cade was still worthy. He understood the bigger picture, but I feel like so that's its own little thing. But I feel like on another level,
I mean, it's a pretty big thing. It's like the plot of the movie. The main
right.
part.
It's the main plot of the movie, but there's a subplot that comes in at the end, and I think it's that there are two factions to AI, and within that AI, Cade was not willing to go over to the other side. And I think
Hey, I just want to note here that this isn't actually what happened. This is Mike's interpretation of what happened. and we're
Oh yeah,
still debating this.
we've left that.
So
Which means is
please,
what
please
happened.
don't spout this off as fact.
Well, what
Apocalypse.
actually, yeah, like, well, how does this movie? We kind of got the idea that there's two brothers, there's twins. One of them is taking the plight of the futuristic AI that it has been imputed into him, however you want to say. He has like magical powers or whatever, and he's trying to protect the world from mutant biological militants or something that this gentleman in a hat and pink glasses named Coos is about to unleash upon the world, and he's protecting the world from that. And what happens? He stops them, just like any other superhero in any superhero movie. But there's this like weird thing at the end with him and Kale where I don't quite get what Kale is still doing in the movie, I guess. I don't know.
I think that like so when they kept doing the trying to hug each other scene, I think that was their what do you call twin telepathy? You know what I'm talking about? How twins have the unspoken communication thing.
That, like bond thing.
Yeah, I guess
Like they can read each other's thoughts or something in certain instances.
there might be
I
a
feel like
scientific.
I feel like that scene was him trying to metaphorically show that. Or not metaphorically, I guess. But he was trying to show it visually what their twin telepathy was. I don't
Right,
think
but,
that they were
like-
actually standing there talking to each other.
He ends with that kind of a curious statement where he's like, "I don't care about humanity," or something like this, and he's like, "We're all living in a virtual metaverse, right?"
Mhm.
Where it's like,
Which sounds like it's redundant as a statement. Like I was wondering that when he said like we're living in a virtual metaverse. I was
Well, the
like,
thing
isn't
that-
metaverse virtual.
the thing that struck a
Not
chord was
necessarily.
Neil Breen saying that he didn't his lead character, I believe, which that brings up another interesting point, is that he has two voiceovers from the twins, Cade and Kale, which gets very confusing. That I don't think Kale is definitely a secondary character. He's like more of a bad guy. He has a beard. But he definitely has his own voiceover a few times, which gets very
Yeah.
confusing.
The
But he-
movie is not told from his perspective until it is for just a couple.
Right, and just like a couple of brief moments. Maybe it's just one, but like why? But anyways, my point is that Neil Breen's character Cade saying, "I don't care about humanity. We're all living in this virtual metaverse. I have bigger fish to fry," and then it like leads into a sequel is pretty weird considering all his other films where he's very concerned with the plight of humanity.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely wants to fix humanity. That's like his whole thing. But now, this being his most recent film, it feels like he's maybe mentally ready to take on some more fictional, more
Are we gonna see a drama?
insane things? I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is like, where is this going? Because we found out. I don't think we realized. I didn't realize this. Maybe we did. I don't know. When we watched this movie initially, but this is kind of living in the world of pass through. Nice movie room. Oh, I forgot about the scene. The little
The
fucking
fairy.
hot chicks. Is Koo's gone? Oh,
I
this girl
don't
wants.
understand the fairy. And then look at that
Oh,
scene. from
Oh
Pass-Through.
shit! Oh, they're watching pass through.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I don't remember this.
But that green thing, did that part happen?
I don't think that we had the context.
Right, we didn't
No.
know.
Oh my god.
So this is a sequel in an alternate universe, which is
Right.
the movie we covered.
Yeah,
That
guess-
involves a futuristic AI embedding himself into Neil Breen, a drug addict in the desert, and him becoming, or him Thanosing the world. Mike, you posited that this movie was actually that AI character from the future also putting his kind of morality blanket into these two twins randomly.
Justin thought that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I concur.
Yeah.
But
it's clear he's connecting the two universes.
That's what I'm saying is, yeah, these, I think this is based on the two moons.
Yes.
I think this is a completely like a different dimension of Earth.
It's like there's two moons.
Two fucking moons.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Where are
Oh,
they?
there's a dot. The dot.
Wait,
What is
Breen
that
had the
dot?
budget to
Shut
shoot
up. The
on a
dot is
different
not in
planet?
this. It is. It just popped up on the moon, which we're getting to like Marvel, like we talked about at some point in the movie. It was like we're getting like some Marvel like Earth, whatever number,
Right.
where there's like a multiverse kind of thing of Breen, which is like this movie's in 2018, and the Marvel hasn't super touched on that concept yet, which, you know, that's just a thing in the last year or so. But Breen's getting to like a multiverse, I feel like, just based on that moonshot mostly, and the fact that they reference the pass-through character kind of vaguely at first, but at the end they show the fucking movie as if it's a movie, and it's almost like he's saying movies are real inside of his own movies. Like when you watch a movie inside of a Neil Breen movie, you're watching another dimension of a Neil Breen movie. It's just that's kind of blowing my mind.
Or Neil Breen movies. Neil Breen exists as a filmmaker within the universe of his movies, and they were just watching the last Neil Breen movie that came out,
Right, but
and it had nothing to do with the plot.
Well, no, it absolutely had stuff
No,
to
I know.
do with
I'm
the
just
plot,
kidding,
because
but,
they
like,
reference
it would be funny if it was just like, oh, Neil Breen exists in this universe.
Well,
but he's not either of
that's
these two
normal.
guys.
That's like a normal like thing, like a Spielberg thing where you know, Back to the Future has
Neil Breen doesn't play by those
Jaws
rules,
20 in it or whatever. Yeah, but Neil Breen saying that what you're watching is actually peering in. It's a movie, but you're peering into another dimension. It's like almost like movies and Neil Breen movies are not really filmed or anything. They're just literally like magical rocks that you found, and then you project them, and they project a different dimension, a Neil Breen movie or some shit.
Or there's a chance that this was another example of really, really well-crafted exposition by Neil Breen.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
Visually
I'm
letting
getting,
us know
I'm getting
that,
really.
hey, remember this movie? It's connected to this story.
Yeah. I'm just. I'm tripping out over it a little bit hard.
I wish Neil Breen would publish a timeline.
Oh yeah, that'd be great if he made like a book to like give you the map of all of his characters and how
He did. It's called the 5 Film Retrospective, and you need to fucking watch it.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
you're right.
If you are a Neil Breen person and you're listening to this, you're probably already aware. He has
Neil Breen doesn't do interviews.
Is it 5-hour documentary, 10-hour documentary?
I think it's
I thought it was 6.
The trailer was 30 minutes.
6 hours.
Or
The
something like that.
trailer's 30 minutes.
It's at least 10.
A half-hour trailer.
It's crazy. But yeah, Neil Breen has a retrospective of his own films that he hosts in a black chair in an office in a small home.
It is 5 hours and 40 minutes.
Okay, it's 6 hours. It's basically 6 hours. That's still pretty fucking long. Where he describes to you how to make movies or etc.
This confirms my theory from last week is that like Neil Breen has a lot to say, but he refuses to do it anywhere but his movies.
Yes.
So even
Yes.
when he wants to talk about his movies, he's got to make a movie talking about his movies.
Oh god.
What
He
if
can't talk about anything outside of his movies?
what if all politicians had to do that?
All what?
Like people running our world, they all had to like do their talking via in movies.
Like they would all make their own movies that are
Oh,
fictional?
I see what you mean. Like to make a political statement, you would have to make an entire film as opposed to just a speech on Fox News or CNN.
So
or
you would just
whatever.
have to make propaganda?
No,
Yes,
so they
everyone
basically
is
be like-
full of propaganda.
Everybody
they-
is Joseph Goebbels.
No, they'd be like, well,
Hell
I
yeah.
really want to say this one thing, but I don't want to make a whole movie, so I can't.
It'd be
So
pretty
you
entertaining.
want to use the tactic that Hitler used, is what you're saying?
Yes, but everyone has to do it to where you would never have it would never be a dictatorship because you'd have to play these movies. Every member of Congress, every member of the Senate, every Supreme Court judge would get would be able to finance their movie per year. And that would be the only thing they could say.
But
Those would be the only movies that ever got released again.
but isn't
That's
that
the film
corrupt?
industry, guys.
But isn't that an abuse of power?
Yes. I'm saying there should be one channel dedicated to all these films.
Yes.
And wait, how many people are in
No,
Congress?
there would have
Congress
to
is
be
gonna
there would have to
blow
be
it.
3 channels
I
because
think my
there'd be
whole
the
Okay,
CNN
for
version,
each yeah,
If you're
for
a
the
each
politician-
Fox version, and then there would be the fucking
the Fox edit, the CNN edit, the MSNBC edit.
Al
I think
Jazeera.
you guys solved democracy. I'm
Yes,
proud of you.
It's
Don't forget RT.
if people just would shut the fuck up and make an entire film about their ideas.
Like they
And
go
then
to
we would
say,
all
well,
we would all vote for office with Letterboxd.
Yes!
Is there
it
a
would just be
rule that, like-
stars.
Yeah.
oh my
Who
God.
would even like I guess manipulating the vote would be a lot easier.
No, it'd be great because the politicians would say a whole lot less.
That's what I'm saying is like they would have to boil their concept and ideas down to a thing, and if it was bad we could all just judge the fuck out of it and be like, that was all you could say, that was
Yeah.
it.
And then when they go to say something and we don't like it, but wait a second. Did you make a movie about this? I'm sorry.
You can only make a sequel if you win office or something.
You didn't make a movie about this. Yeah.
How long do the movies have to be?
A
A
full
tight
feature.
90?
Tight 90.
Yeah.
tight,
Tight
90.
90.
Gotta be a tight 90.
They've got to be exactly 90 minutes.
Yeah, tight 90,
Yeah.
baby.
You have to pay a tax
If you're
for
over
any
by a
feature.
minute. Nope.
Yeah.
Not allowed to talk.
And the last 20 minutes of Hillary Clinton's was just filler material of her walking down a street. It was weird.
Oh my god. Okay.
Anyways,
I'm gonna move
Okay.
us on from this
I
conversation.
think real. Adam, did you like this movie?
I did like this movie. I don't know if it's my favorite Neil Breen movie, but I do like it. I think that it there's a lot of smoke and mirrors because he definitely has the best quality stock footage in this movie of any other Neil Breen movie. But yeah, I think I liked it. What about you? Apocalypse.
I think it's my favorite Neil Breen movie, and I think tonight it kind of brought it home for me because with what like just seeing the projection screen in that room, the theater room, in that one scene where they're playing Pass Through, and the first time we watched this as a group, we had not seen
We
Pass
hadn't seen Pass Through. We didn't understand.
We didn't
it.
know that was a reference to another movie.
It was the scene where all the dead bodies are laying in the desert.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it made me realize that Justin's right. They're all tied together.
They might be.
Joey was theorizing about this in a joke, but JP really kind of like pointed it out. No, it's not a joke.
Yeah, because
No, I did like it.
the desert that he's in Past Through exists in all the other movies. Now that
But
could
not in
just
this
be
one. There really
a
wasn't
setting
any
out of
desert in this one.
convenience. It was in there. It was in there when he showed Pass Through.
Well,
Yeah.
Which
I like this
connects
movie
it to this
because
one.
he plays two characters that like have to interact on green screen, and I think it's hilarious that his other character he just had a fake beard.
A very fake. Beard. Yeah, I think it like when I think
classic
of
Bugs
Neil
Bunny
Breen
antic.
movies, I think of this one.
When
If
you
that
what?
makes sense. Like when I think of Breen movies, I think of this one. I think of
Yeah.
him Spider-Man jumping on the buildings.
Spider Brain. Spider.
I don't see it. You had to have let him. This is a question for. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah,
I don't.
I don't either, but I get where you're coming from because it feels like he should be doing more of this. It feels like he should have known how to do this, like in his earlier movies.
Right.
But it took him what 4 other movies? 5? Is this 4th movie or no 5th movie at least?
Fifth.
Yeah.
This is his 5th movie, so it took him 4 other movies to like put together that he could do like something this asinine.
Yeah.
And it would play okay, kind of within the constructs of his insanity or what. It's not really insanity. He's not an insane person. He's like, I don't know.
Eccentricities.
Yeah, like eccentric. He's definitely eccentric, and he has a lot of strong ideas about humanity. And he's read not a ton, but at least enough of like future kind of theorizing to where he that I think that's what sparked this movie is like he read, I don't know,
Ray Kurzweil.
Yeah, that or what I was thinking, like future, I don't know, whatever. He's read some stuff. So he's got ideas and he needs to get them out based on his like strange morality clause, which ends up with him Spider-Manning all over a chemical plant and blowing it up nonsensically. I guess the chemical plant was full of the mutant bio weapon. I don't know.
No, I mean they didn't even indicate that. I think that he was just doing an act of terrorism.
Oh,
I mean,
he
it was-
himself was doing it. Do you think?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you what when he ends up at does he blow up? He blows up the chemical plant and then he blows up the
Headquarters.
like headquarters, which is
Yeah.
clearly just a community college.
Really quickly over and over again.
Did he make his hair like move back in post?
I think he actually probably jumped off of something on the green screen. Oh,
And then
shit.
he teleports.
He breened all the way back to his house. What class do y'all think he signed up for to get access to the community college?
I wonder if he's the film teacher.
He might be. He
Jesus
might be like
Christ.
the temp or like the adjunct film teacher.
Yeah, it's the Vegas School of Film, which if Neil Breen was leading the Vegas School of Film, I'm like, perfect.
Do you think Neil Breen is a student?
That's a question we should ask Jason.
That's
Like
an
how they got
interesting
access to the school.
Well, also we should ask if Neil Breen is his real name. Do you think he's as paranoid as you?
I just said, is Neil Breen a pseudonym?
That's what I mean.
You literally said it
Maybe
right
we
before
should
you said
ask him if Neil Breen is his real name.
No, ask Jason, not
Ask
Neil
Jason.
Breen. Like if he goes by Brian on set and he's like, Neil Breen's like a whole other thing. Don't worry about it. That's what I'm
Neil
saying. What do you
Breen's
think
not
I
here
was
today.
saying?
The exact
My
same
name
thing
is
I
not
was saying,
Neil.
just in a different language.
No, Joey, Mike literally said the exact same thing like 5 seconds before you said it. That's what he was saying.
Were you saying that we should ask Jason? Because that's all I was adding.
No, okay, I see. Okay, anyways,
That's all I was saying.
It was a classic.
Is Neil Breen
misunderstanding,
a
guys.
pseudonym? And I was like, yeah, we should ask Jason because Jason might know if he goes by some other name on fucking set. Yeah, I'm probably. Is.
Oh, okay, I see how that went down.
Sorry
This
if
is-
I'm too
this is
drunk
really
to
good
get that out.
podcasting, guys.
No, I might.
Hey, it is.
But
People love misunderstandings on podcasts, to be honest.
Yeah, it's really
not
good
right.
radio.
It's very good to see you guys.
Okay. What else?
It beats being German, because if you were German, I mean, the only music you'd listen to would be like polka.
We've gotten through one question so far, so let's just make a singular person answer. Maybe two people. Favorite part of
Adam.
Y'all didn't even get, I didn't even get to answer if I liked it or not.
Well, Justin,
we don't
did
care.
you
We
like
don't
it?
care. We've moved on. What's your favorite part, Justin? Gonna think about it for a little while.
Justin,
Yeah.
what's
Do you
your
have a-
what's your favorite part, and did you like the movie?
Joey's upset me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I upset you.
What would
I do
Joey?
care.
So if Joey is Cade, what would be the name of Kale?
Wait, if Joey's Cade, what?
It has
Like
to
if-
start with a J.
If it's a Cade and Kale situation, and Joey is the Cade, who's the Kale?
Like, is it another person?
Like,
Pick
like
Amy.
what's the?
What's the
Or just-
name? I get what
just
you're
the name.
saying.
None of this is landing. Justin,
Yeah.
what was your favorite part?
Justin, did you like the movie?
Yeah, I did like it.
I didn't answer either. So just so you know, me nor you answered the question. It was just Mike and Adam. I'm sorry that you felt left out.
All of that for him to just answer, yeah, I did like it.
I liked it too.
No, it
Let's
wasn't my
move
favorite
on.
Neil Breen
I
movie.
thought that
It's
was
not my favorite, but what was your favorite part, Justin? We got a lot of notes here.
The slices of lights were.
Yeah.
It became my favorite part as the movie kept going on because we kept
Yeah.
calling it out. Slice.
Slice of light. Yeah. So for anyone not super technical with filmmaking, what we're referencing as a slice of light, people might call it other things. Basically, when you have like a pretty strong light, let's say, to be general, and then you put like barn doors on it to where it's like a line of hot light
Muted down.
going through your scene.
It's like that classic old noir thing.
Yeah, it's like a
it's
noir thing or like
Spotlit,
a
and then you snoot the barn doors in.
snoot. That's snoot. But I was trying to keep it just like barn doors are two like shades on a light that you kind of bring in to just bring a slice of light across like your eyes in like a noir thing or a giallo. They use that a lot. But yeah, there's hundreds of them in this film. It feels like
They each have their own bottle of white wine while they do cocaine.
almost probably 50% of the shots. It seems like any shot that
Yeah. And every shot is specifically the actor who is opposing him in the scene stops just shy of being in the light.
yes.
except for in the theater whenever he's sitting there and that slice of light comes across the
Oh yeah, it hits him, but
Yeah.
all of his co-actors keep missing their marks and the lights land on their hands when they're talking in the shadow.
so that was your favorite part.
I mean, it was, as a favorite part, it's not really a part, but it is a part of the film in a sense that it's part of the filmmaking. And we enjoyed it because we were just like, slice.
No, okay, I get you. Yeah, I think my favorite part is it's the recurring eagle scene.
Sorry, I'm looking at iStock footage now. Here's two bears humping.
Oh, that's cool. Why
Like
did it
bears
jump
is
back?
in.
Hello, my friend.
Okay, so what did he just do? Like he blew up a chemical plant or something?
Yeah, and then he had to reconnect
Thank
with
you.
nature.
That- I
That is.
I don't know what it's supposed
when-
to reference. Is the eagle supposed to be the AI communicating with him while he's on Earth? Is the eagle just him hanging
He's
on
an-
to his little bit of humanity
He's an
by tethering
American.
himself to Earth? He is American, but that's not a bald eagle.
I know.
Actually, I think it's a hawk.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Like,
don't
what's
know.
Well, it's definitely the latter. It's definitely him, like, not hanging on to his humanity, but just still appreciating humanity.
Okay.
Like it's a beautiful part of being alive on this earth,
It's like knife culture.
on this particular Earth Breen 5 or Breen 4 or whatever we're on.
Birds
Let's
do
say-
love knife
Let's just
culture.
say each Breen is a different dimension, and maybe a couple of them take place in the same dimension. But for lack of wanting to go back and decide right now, this will be Breen Earth 5. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Why did we go on that tangent?
Because
I lost the
reasons.
thread.
Because of the bird.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
Like
it can't be a fully alien planet because birds exist. So it's got to be an
Well,
alternate
you
version
don't-
of Earth where birds exist.
Yeah. So
Not this Earth.
Right. In that they're real and they're not.
right, birds are fake.
Yeah.
So in
Yeah,
this world, you can pet birds.
Birds are fake, but bird law is real.
Well, that's the whole ploy.
Yeah. Does anyone else have a favorite part?
That's
Yes,
the
I
whole
do.
point of your pocket knife.
My favorite part is whenever Kale has the business executives chained up with sash cord and he's or whatever sash chain and he's like, and they give a whole reason for why he's obviously got them chained and shooting them.
Witnesses, I'm an attorney, and I'm going to see that you are put in jail for the rest of your life.
I don't give a shit. This is my form of justice.
I knew this was going to come back to bite.
The stolen cars,
Millions embezzled from charities.
all the politicians we've been paying off.
Oh, we've been paying politicians off for years.
The illegal
He's
drugs,
such a master at weaving
Illegal
exposition into
guns,
his scenes.
the
You don't even
CEOs
notice
we
it.
had assassinated.
Human trafficking.
Oh, the insurance scams we run. Hell, we've even sold military secrets.
Ah,
I'm
hell.
gonna leave you a little reminder. I will be back. Here's a little gift from me to you.
Here's a little reminder and a little gift.
I love it so much.
And then
Yeah, it's
the
like
human trafficking that we did.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget whenever
I
we
cheated on my wife.
Yeah, we embezzled money from those fundraisers.
This is the closest. This is Neil Breen's speech in the film. I feel like,
But he made it. The other guys do it.
yeah. It was just like, these are the things that are wrong, and I'm gonna have these people say them, and then I'm gonna fucking shoot them on screen with terrible effects. Yeah, I kept wondering why you loved that part so much.
It's hilarious.
I guess because it's a little bit of a micro scene of some of his other films in a weird way. I feel like it's a miniature version of the whole fateful findings part where he goes to the rich people's homes and says, "Isn't that corrupt?" Like, it's just people espousing their whatever corruption without any hindrance at all. In a weird garage chained up to a wall, and then the guy fucking shoots him.
It's just like his creative exposition, very delicately weaved throughout the dialogue of other characters.
Yeah, he's moved on from watching them commit suicide to just, I'm having my twin brother murder them in a weird garage.
Yeah, but what if Kale never existed, but instead it was Cade releasing his human instincts?
God, yeah.
So Kale is Hyde and Cade is Dr.
So he really
Jekyll.
was cheating on his wife.
Oh, wow.
Or is it like
It's like
split?
Fight Club.
He physically
you
grows a
think it's
beard
Fight
out.
Club?
No, I don't think this is the case.
He gets really mad when someone accuses him of having a beard.
Want a party?
No thanks, I have a girlfriend.
Hey, look at this. Hey, what the fuck? You shaved. What the fuck is going on here?
I never had a beard.
What? What are you talking about?
I've never had a beard.
Do you know Kale?
What?
No one even actually accuses him of having a beard. They're just like,
got
hey, do you want
really
to party? Do you
No,
want to
she
party?
asked him.
No,
She asked him if
says,
he
like,
shaved.
Didn't you shave? Yeah.
Because that
Oh,
was
but
that
He
was
grabs her by the lapel.
Kale's
Goes,
girlfriend.
I never had a beard.
I never had a beard.
It was the
So-
actress that played Kale's girlfriend earlier in the movie, but he had to shoot it later, and she had already dyed her hair because her
You
hair
think
was
that the
blonde.
same girl?
Yes,
It was.
But I think she dyed her hair, and he decided to shoot a scene later, and they had to bring her back, and she just looked different.
That's fair. Who knows? They might have planned it. It didn't look like a great dye job. It could have been planned.
It was an alright dye job. It just had
That's rude.
It's rude. Sorry, actress. I've never met her.
Can we talk
Or
about
anything like that.
how there were 3 different actors for Kuz?
No.
Were there 3? I mean, we made note.
There were
of
2.
Well, they started with the one in the pool in the backyard.
The Coos. Those are some fucking heels, man.
At least it's fairly odd.
highly recommended.
I forgot about this guy's
So you're
voice.
interested in my special art.
The face he's
I'm
making
investing in
seems
my
like
special
voice sounds like
content.
that. And then it was the older, fatter guy.
But Super Soldiers.
In control of all intelligence.
Is that the same guy?
No, it's not. The other guy was
No.
younger.
You're not in control.
Kind of looked like Pee Wee Herman.
We are not going to let you take control.
Okay.
And then they went to a third one at the dinner table who was a very skinny guy.
Yeah.
Potentially
Like,
3. I
Skinnier
recall.
than the first guy. Like he looked sick.
Well, there's basically 3 scenes with him. No, I'm pretty
yeah,
sure there's
and they're all
about
different
3.
actors.
There's the one in the middle distinctly seems different. The one on either side, the one at the pool, and then the one later.
The table.
Yeah, he
one was
definitely
the one that looked
seems
different to me.
He definitely seems different, but he's credited as one person. So hard to argue. Perhaps they were weird angles, or perhaps it's 3 or 4 different people, and we'll never know. But they're all clean shaven, and they all got hats, and they all got pink eyes and distorted voices.
And we understand who it's supposed to be.
Right. The distorted voices, that brings up a good point. Is like, did he have like multiple actors play this part and then was like,
I'll fix it in post.
I'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
And then they was like, none of the voices match. And he was like, well, can we make them match? And he came up with the idea of making them have like a weird deep voice.
He just pitched them all down because everyone sounds the same pitch down.
Right. And then it gives,
Yes, they do.
but whether he knows it or not, like it's this weird kind of quality that sort of makes you start questioning the reality of the film. And like you're like, oh, there's 2 moons, there's this guy with a weird voice. You're like, is this a dream? Am I awake? Am I alive?
Maybe he's a screw fan.
It's making me start to question like all the things that we thought Neil did out of convenience were actually really intentional, and he's a lot more intelligent than we've given him credit for as a filmmaker.
He's either accidentally the cheap David Lynch or very purposefully the cheap David Lynch, and it's hard to know. This is something maybe we could address.
But
with
does
Jason,
it even
actually
go beyond does it transcend David Lynch? Is he the Andy Kaufman of filmmaking? Is this all just him watching us watch him?
Okay, let's move on because this is getting really existential.
Well, Andy Kaufman's not that existential. It's just like, is there a joke?
But JP's question was, like,
The joy Andy Kaufman got out of his comedy was making other people uncomfortable and unable to tell if it was a bit or if it was real.
Right, we're getting into some like Andrew WK shit as well. But I think Lynch, Kaufman, Andrew WK, to anyone that is familiar with that whole thing, and perhaps Breen are kind of the same. I don't think the difference between Lynch and Kaufman is that much different. Like, I think they're kind of doing something similar in two drastically different ways. They're drawing attention to form and questioning, like,
ultimately
what your
like
experience is. Like, you're kind of in a loop. It's like, what, you're fucking with it so much that I'm like confused and I don't know what's going on, kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they're both doing things at the expense of the audience rather than trying to entertain the audience.
Yeah.
They're both assholes.
And probably some people would argue that Lynch isn't doing that he's like a pure artist, etc. But I think a part of him enjoys making something so esoteric that it drives you crazy, you know?
The whole point, I would argue that every artist, the purpose of making art is to either make a connection or get a reaction out of those experiencing your art.
Right, and it's like,
do you think Scorsese would think these are amusement park films?
I'm curious what Scorsese would say about a Neil Breen film.
Yeah, hello Scorsese, I have a Neil Breen film and I have an Iron Man film. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go with the Breen film.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Any special performances? Anyone?
Our guy?
Neil Breen?
No, Jason.
Oh, well, he was great as a homeless man with mice.
Fantastic. Big mice. He made me think they were real.
Look at how he sashays into a scene. It's so sexy.
He's walking like he's on a green screen thing still, like he's being careful.
Well, you can't break
just how he walks
till the DVD credits or commentary. Did he die, or did he just get stabbed in the leg and like seem mildly uncomfortable before?
Well, he got stabbed in his iPhone.
Oh, Jason's back. Maybe. What was his direction for the Man in Black?
Oh, he stabs him in the leg, clearly in a block.
What's his cell phone?
That's a whole other thing. Is who the fuck is the guy in black? Was it?
It's the same thing in all of his movies.
Right, he always has a guy in black. They're always like the bad guys, I guess. But they're always clearly Neil Breen, probably in an overcoat. I mean, it might be somebody else, but it always.
I mean, you can tell by the way he sensually sashays. It's hard. He can't change his walk.
Right. Yeah, it's a pretty distinct walk.
It's almost like a comedic tiptoe kind of walk, but he's making it sexy, like a sexy tiptoe.
Yeah. I don't know. He's got a gait.
Slithering.
He's got a gait.
He's very miserly.
very
Miserly.
light. It's very delicate.
It's ginger.
Twinkly.
Gingerly walking everywhere he goes, especially across green screens.
Across green screens.
Which is a lot of this movie. Does he has some green screen in Fatal Findings for sure. I can't remember.
Does he have green screen?
I
or
am
is he
here
just
now.
doing like a double exposure thing.
No, I mean he's compositing him or matting himself or compositing himself into like those war scenes towards the beginning. Oh God,
Oh my
What
god,
about the
those
fucking-
soldiers frozen.
Follow me. They can't hurt me.
Yeah, you're right.
where he's walking across a pretty big sick wall. So I guess he's like at least got somebody in his group.
Oh no, I'm
that
not talking
knows
about
how
this
to-
movie. I mean in his last ones. I didn't think he was.
Oh no, yeah, they're terrible in this one in the old ones. This one was sort of they're not great by any stretch, but they're better. But it might just be virtue of him having a bigger green space to play with. I don't know. There's at least one shot where I'm like, oh, he like really kind of looks like he's in that spot, except for the fact that the whole shot is freeze framed and he's just waltzing around in it, which he does a lot of weird freeze frames at the beginning for I don't know, no reason, it seems. It's almost like he's just stretching the movie out.
I think it
He's
was
trying to hit
because
that
he was the only one.
Tight 90.
He was recording himself on green screen. He didn't have crew with him then, so he.
I think he's
he
got
messed
like
up the
one
timing.
guy. I think he's always got like one guy though. I don't know. Maybe
Okay,
not.
well
You
then
might be
him and
right.
the one guy somehow messed up the timing of each shot, so they had to do freeze frames so that he could act
Yeah.
on this side because this
Yeah.
shot was shorter than this shot.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Shots just reminds me because Adam said this during the film, but apparently I had no idea, but apparently Clint Eastwood only shoots one take of every shot that he has in mind, which I guess is amazing because his movies are pretty good typically.
Mm-hmm.
But then clearly Neil Breen has adopted some of this concept because
Neil Breen's just out here cowboying it, man.
he's just cowboy, he's cavalier.
Cavalier.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. I mean, it's
There's
It's
something very
confidence.
special about it.
well, I assume that when Clint Eastwood does it, he has rehearsed it many times with the camera movement and the actors, and they practice it and practice it and practice it. Granted, the actors he works with are highly professional, so they come to set knowing every fucking line and are super prepared, especially if they know he only does one take. But I feel like Neil probably doesn't do that.
All right. It's getting late for me, guys.
I guess like a lot of these questions again for the Breen movies they don't
Yeah.
really apply.
Mhm.
So I guess do you want to hit to the B's? Because
Yeah.
we did hit on one of the B's on this one. We got a boardroom.
We got
we got multiple boardrooms.
but that girl that's
Oh yeah, there was that butt.
Yeah, which is like
Yeah, we got a stock
brought
footage,
in
but
stock
which
footage
sent Adam
porn.
down a long rabbit hole on iStock Photo.
Hey man,
Stock
iStock
porn.
Photo has nudies. Turns out.
Nudie booties.
I wonder if you just bought all the stock footage of nudes and put them all together and put it on whatever, if you could make money. That would be insane. Anyway, yeah, it's got there's no boats, but there's
Nice
multiple
doc on
birds,
that.
multiple boardrooms. There's definitely a lot of blood in that weird garage scene.
Yep.
No
And on
butterfly in
the
them.
he's rubbing the jewels.
God. What blue? He's got blue orbs. He ponders
Yeah.
the orbs. He ponders the skull, which I wish there was a B word for skull so we could add that. But he ponders some things.
Whose
Yeah.
skull was that?
I have no fucking clue.
I don't
He
know.
just had a skull.
He's got skulls. I don't think there were any British people. There were some bad suits.
Oh, there were lots
Very
of
bad suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Bigfoots.
There were boys. There were 4
Yeah.
boys.
I don't know that was ever one of the bees.
4 boys? Oh, with the stock footage of twins.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
We got some boys.
Little boys. we're
Movie
adding
full of
we're adding
boys.
tiny baby boys for Justin Petty.
Or no butterfly knives.
Oh God. Yeah, questioning the point of this film is dumb. It's just Breen.
Yeah, it's just.
All right, bags of trash. Let's just do the bags.
Start with you, Joey.
God. I don't want to give it 5. It's definitely, I think it's like 4.5. I want to say. I don't know why exactly. I can't put it into words. It's just not quite. I feel like, especially since it leads up to a sequel at the end, I feel like there's more. I feel like this one, if I see his next film, I'm going to understand this one more. I don't know why. So in the same way that I disliked Dune for being half a movie, I'm going to say this is kind of 3/4 of a movie. And I feel like he's got another fourth that he's going to turn into an entire film and be like this insane thing. So I'll give it 4.5. Not quite 5. Not quite as low as 4, which I was for Double Down. But near perfection.
Yeah.
For a Breen film. But not quite.
All right. Apocalypse.
5. What's my favorite one?
All right. JP?
Breen movies kind of set, I mean, they set the bar for our entire rating system. So, before we watched this one again, in my head, I was like, every Breen is a 5 because we can't rate Breens against Breens when they all exceed the rating system that they established.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But given that y'all are giving some lesser than 5 scores, I guess I'm gonna have to give this one a 4.
Ballsy.
It's my least favorite Breen movie.
Least favorite?
Are you serious?
Favorite? Wow.
It is. It's a Breen movie, and it's by
how
that standard alone, it's an amazing film. But compared to the rest of them, there's just some things about it that don't hit for me as well as the other ones.
I feel
like it loses some of the Breen heart. He doesn't really interact with a whole lot of people in this one. It's just a lot of long.
It gets a little insular.
Yeah, it's very it's a lot of long monologues over drawn out freeze frame scenes. We have brief moments of like him chatting with people every like 15 or 20 minutes, but it's usually really short scenes that just lead into another stock footage monologue.
Yeah, I didn't like Dickhead as much as I liked Nothing. Because it didn't have...
Is Mike taking my
Mike, have you seen Dickhead?
For this
if
movie
you've seen
personally?
Dickhead, I would like to see it.
Yeah,
no, but Dickhead didn't have...
Can we watch that?
It
Can we
didn't
watch
have
Dickhead?
the
Is it
full
available?
latex bodysuit that was used for the old woman.
Guys,
I mean, it really deviated from Justin's
me not
style
liking this
previous.
Breen movie.
You know, because all of his movies before had that. Okay, I took it personal. I'm sorry. I mean,
Did you really just
no
personally
We gotta-
attack me
okay.
because I didn't
No,
love this
I
movie as much as
just
you?
disregard anything I just said. I meant none of it.
Don't post.
Sour
What I was
grape.
going to say really quickly, and we've probably said this before, but Breen doesn't set the bar. He goes way outside the concept of bars for our film, for the films we watch on this thing.
What I meant was like,
no, I know.
we established this rating system based on his worst film is the peak of our rating system.
This is what I'm getting to is I think when we're rating these Breen films, they're kind of beyond bags of trash. I feel like we should be more specific about them being the bags of trash that he uses as the background in Fateful Findings. They're a specific kind of bag of trash that only Neil Breen.
A subset rating of 5 bags.
They already have 5 bags of regular trash, and we're just rating him on like these different kind of bags that are sitting on top of a bunch of other bags of trash. It's like Neil Breen is well beyond the 5.
How many Breen bags is it?
Yeah, exactly. It's a bag of Breen bags above the regular bags of trash, which, you know, if anybody else,
of them, it'd be a really nice Breen bag chair.
Exactly. Well, I just challenge other shitty filmmakers.
That joke put Adam to sleep. That's how strong it was.
Okay.
So you think they were like hefty or?
They're big boy bags.
That's ableist.
They're Breen. I want to say something about the tome. They're like tome bags. They're naked Breen man bags. I don't know, because like he's naked in those scenes with the scene just where he's like looking at that book in the.
No, they're his wife's body bags. Breen's wife's body bags.
Sure.
Yeah.
Add that to the
Breen's
bees.
wife. Okay. Body bags.
Body
bags is not bad, actually. Anyway, that's not all I'm saying is like this movie is 100% trash, and then it goes above and beyond to like a new level of rating system.
Yeah.
So we should really be honestly, I should really be giving it a 9 bags of trash is what. Yeah. That's what I'm
just
saying.
Rate them in
and
order.
I think Mike is giving it a 10. You're giving it an 8.
I'll give it 5. I'm sticking with what Justin said, which is like Breen movies dictated what our.
And I'm saying Breen is another level.
Yeah, Breen transcends because Breen's worst.
You have to double your rating. You basically double your rating.
How can Breen transcend the trend he set?
Because his worst
he's
film
like
established
Beck.
the peak of our rating system, and then he only went up from there.
Fine. 13 bags of trash.
All right,
yeah,
we got our first 13 bags of trash. I'm in.
Hell yeah, let's fucking
I
do
hear
it, man.
14 bags of trash.
I'm giving it a 9. Justin's giving it an 8. Mike's giving it a 13. What do you got, Adam? What do you?
Wait, why did I didn't say 8. Did you just pick 8 for me?
I'm just doubling.
Wait, no. Justin gave it a 9. Joey, you gave it a 9.5.
No. I'm doubling our scores, so 8.5 times.
Oh, you're doubling. I thought it was like starting at 5 and adding. But okay.
Well, yes and no. It's basically doubling the score.
13 out of 20.
Yes and no, like all Breen movies.
Mike's got a 13 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going 9.5.
9.5 bags.
It's not perfect. It's not my favorite Breen, but it's good.
It's good as fuck.
The quality of his stock footage really seals it for me.
All right. It's also like tough to have watched. This is our 4th Breen film in as many times as we've done this, so
yeah,
it's hard to keep being like 5 bags of fucking trash, 5 bags, fucking perfect movies. So we have to come up with new rating systems. So I've decided 9 bags of trash.
Well, yeah, and because we know that Neil watches this, and I want to make sure that he doesn't feel like he doesn't have to try on his next movie. I want him to keep trying.
No, yeah.
So if I give him a 4.5, he's gonna want to earn that cookie.
I want.
There are 5 bags of trash and 5 Breen movies.
That's deep.
So can we
And there are 5 fingers on a hand.
Can you
Like-
like any? No. What I'm getting at is like,
I mean, he's
what if
about
we
to
just
make
rated
6.
them? What if we just rated them against the other Breen movies?
Oh, you want to do a ranking? Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Rather than give them back as trash, what if it's just like it's not
Okay.
a rating system? It's a Breen ranking system. You can't
Breen
love
ranking
Breen-
system?
ranking system.
Okay. We'll consider doing that at a later date.
I know we're
Yeah.
all going to disagree.
Well, this is the last Breen cast, so
Well,
There's
no,
no
because
way.
we'll
No,
have to
we're
watch I
clearly-
Am Here Now.
Yeah,
We
we
haven't
there's
done that
others
one.
to revisit, and we're going to talk to a gentleman who was in about 2 minutes of this movie.
Yeah,
No, I
and
wanna-
then we
I
need
wanna
to
do it now.
And then we need to be.
We will
off
do
of
it
Breen
right
movies.
now. Then.
We need to watch something like Parole Violators or something.
Yeah, we need to watch
No,
some dumb shit.
maybe not
I'm
Parole
looking.
Violators.
I'm looking forward to January.
Yes.
'Cause
Yeah.
we're just
Oh,
going. We're
good.
just going to comb through Mike's Ninja DVD collection that he gave me years ago.
I have
Because
more.
I've watched, I think, most of the things on that fucking thing, and they're all bizarre as shit. The first one that I want to show you guys is so fucking weird. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
Ninja. I love that.
Nin January, but
In January
yeah,
is going to be good.
yeah. If we'll see about December. The next one we do should probably be something Christmassy, or we could just say fuck it and watch something random because we haven't done that in a while.
So
I think we need something random in our lives.
yeah, I mean, like I said, this one's kind of a late addition to the NEILvember, but I'm gonna say that we're putting NEILvember to bed. We love Neil. We all love Neil.
Love
but
you,
my
Neil.
God,
My God,
Put
we
that
can't
sweet
watch.
baby to bed.
We can't
I need
talk
something else.
Yeah, I can't talk about your movies anymore.
It's
Okay,
it's right. We bring too close to
yeah.
the sun, guys.
Any shout outs or any weird shit?
Shout out to teenage Middle Eastern Beetlejuice as the head of Homeland Security.
Homeland Security is ready.
Yep. Big shout out. Follow me at Apocalypse Howl on Instagram.
There you
You,
go.
do you not have any shout outs, Mike?
No, just
Just jumping
Shout
right
out to
into
myself.
me, bitch.
I got a shout out to not Neil Breen's weirdest sex scene, and probably would be in any other filmmaker's sexual scenes with the frame smashing on the head after you interacted with a homeless person in a very bizarre way, and then going home to like make whoopee. That one's pretty weird. Shout out to that one.
Do y'all think that Breen has said whoopsie while making love before?
Maybe.
We should
God,
ask him.
we didn't do favorite shot, but shout out to Scary Shadow Stairs. And he
Oh,
did a
yeah,
couple other
that's
share. He did a couple other like scary shadow things in this movie. So he's adopted some Universal Monsters tropes, I suppose.
Yeah.
Or-
He did the
Which is-
light slices. He did a lot of shadows in this one.
Oh
The
yeah,
Double Moon.
Okay, let's the double moon, which is
Yeah.
like opening up the Breen verse, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Like
say
letting in,
shout out to what I think might have been Breen's first F-bomb in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys were saying he said fuck, but I missed it.
He said
Missed
fuck.
that part too.
So
Yeah,
that was huge.
same.
But
And he said it right after. I can't remember what he said, but I was thinking, like, yeah, he wrote that line because he doesn't cuss, and then he immediately said "fuck."
yeah,
Shout out to
Like he-
any primate that's been sent into space. Like, shout out to them because we should never do that to them. I'm not playing.
Shout out to those apes that have gone to space
Shout
or
out-
monkeys.
shout out to Caesar, man. Shout out to Caesar.
Shout out to Coos. Shout out to Pink.
Shout out to
Shout out to Coos.
Sunglasses and deep voices and that weird ass like painting that moved.
Oh, yeah, the
Oh yeah,
repeated-
Breen FT.
repeated lines. What was the thing that I brought up that was like the weird?
Shout out to the multiple cut. Like, we're done here. We're done here. We're done.
Was that
we're
a
done.
glitch,
We're
or was
done.
that actually an
we're
edit?
done here.
I don't think that was in
no,
the
no, no.
movie.
It's an edit. Like he did that on purpose. 100%.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
that's
just
terrible.
weird. It's just strange.
After that was I forgot I made a note of that earlier. Like that was that scene right before it started doing those jump cuts when he hit her in the scene, like he was beating her. It looked like he actually hit her too hard, and then he felt bad and immediately like cowered back, like, oh shit, I fucked up. It was really weird.
Shout out
only
to
does one
the-
take, so.
Yeah, so those you got to use that take. 'Cause it's the only take you can.
One take.
Shout out to the genteel Neil Breen, and shout out to that recliner that's underneath kind of a bar in the middle of a walkway.
Yeah, it's like behind a couch, but between a couch and a bar, and like underneath. Yeah, it's a good recliner.
All right, that's
Shout
all
out
I
to-
got. Got more?
College campus.
Oh, yeah, shout out
that
to
college
reserving the
campus.
entire restaurant.
The entire restaurant.
I've reserved this entire restaurant just for the two of us.
And shout out to Kuz for wearing a thong.
Shout out to Kuz.
Cool. Well, I think that's going to be it for Twisted Pair for this episode of the Trash Movie Kings podcast. Follow us on Instagram. We are now Trash Movie Kings, no longer Trash Kings 126. So just follow us at Trash Movie Kings. That's the same on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. We have an email address, trashmoviekings@gmail.com, I think. Is that right, Joey?
I think so.
Okay.
It sounds good.
And then
Sounds good.
trashmoviekings.com, Spotify, anchor.fm, whatever it is. And then just, keep listening. Let us know what you think. Drop us your
us a
suggestions.
line. Let us know which one of us is the most annoying.
Yeah.
No, don't tell
Unless
Yeah,
it's me.
don't
even.
Don't tell us. It's just gonna make us all feel really bad about ourselves.
Okay, well, so
Well, just email me personally.
yeah.
Email each of us as long as you're not talking.
We'll put it in the liner notes
at
of this
gmail.com.
Just
Apocalypse
DM us.
Howl at gmail.com.
Oh, he has his own Apocalypse Howl website. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just graham.joey or grahamjoey@gmail. You can let me know who's the most annoying, and we can chat.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds good. But yeah, until
all
next
sounds
time.
really.
You can email
really
me
good.
at jaredcrane42069@gmail.com.
Oh, I'd also like to plug that we have a podcast now. So
Hey.
if you're listening now, we have a podcast.
Yeah, if
Hey-
you're
hey,
listening
guys,
to the
we've got
podcast,
this
check out our
podcast that
podcast.
we've been making. Y'all should check it out.
Hit subscribe.
Hey, I have a podcast, so check it out.
Oh, wait. And
oh.
shout out to Oliver.
Shout out to Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver.
Digging
Oh,
a hole and shit. Look at that baby boy.
He ran off like he
He's
knew he was
leaving.
doing something he wasn't supposed to.
When he was taking him to bed.
I'm turning this off.